Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
What is the Bitcoin price prediction for 2019 and the next 5 years?
Back in 2009, I was writing a book about the future of human being, in which I mentioned that we would download our brains into computers and we will be able to live in a virtual world. However, two problems have remained unsolved. First one, what's going to be the native gold of that world, and what will demand and supply be based on? Consider that we are living in a virtual world like Matrix, but a good one, and this is a piece of gold. We can copy this in an unlimited quantity. It's a big problem. And the second problem was about centralized power. What kind of authority will govern that new world? If the scientist or AI that downloaded our brain to computers gets mad and asks us, "I'm your creator, worship me, or I will turn your paradise into hell," what should we do? Finally, in 2013, one of my closest friends introduced Bitcoin and blockchain, the technology behind that, to me. From the first moment, I knew this was the solution I always looking for. I knew this was going to be the gold of future, and the ideas inspired by blockchain could solve major problems through decentralizing the power. The human being is gradually immigrating to the virtual world. We will send our assets there first, and after that, we will follow them by our brain and body. I predict by 2029, half of the whole world money in circulation will be transferred into the form of cryptocurrency. At that moment, the whole money in circulation in the world is $86 trillion. And at that time, at least $43 trillion will be in cryptocurrency market. So if the Bitcoin poses only 50% of market share at that time, the Bitcoin market cap will be $21 trillion. As Bitcoin maximum supply is 21 million, it means each Bitcoin price will be around $1 million. It may be unbelievable, but remember that 10 years ago, Bitcoin price was only 6 cents, and now it is $5,000.
How high can Bitcoin price go in 2019?
Well, there are many fundamental news in cryptocurrency, but the most important one is Bitcoin halving. It means every 4 years, inflation rate of Bitcoin is decreased by half, which will result in decrease in the supply. If the demand of Bitcoin remains normal and not affected by some unexpected situation like financial crisis, entrance of institutional money, or an accepted ETF, my prediction will be like this, based on the current market share of Bitcoin from the whole crypto market. At the end of 2019, the price will be at least $7,000 to $9,000. At the end of 2020, the price will be around $20,000. And at the end of 2021, the price will be between $200,000 to $300,000. Also, please consider this as a prediction, not as a trading signal.
When will crypto replace fiat?
Cryptocurrency is the reinvention of money, and we are on the path to replace fiat. But few reasons like financial crisis, price increase, and reduced volatility of cryptocurrencies will accelerate this replacement. My prediction is by 2029 this will occur, but not in 100% of transactions. Compare this with replacing landlines with cell phones. We still use landlines, but it's only a portion of our communication.
What would be the period of accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender throughout the world?
It depends on public adoption. Government had always regulated what people had accepted. A clear example is the adoption of the internet. I'm not just mentioning about Bitcoin. It's only the beginning of the big revolution, decentralizing revolution. This revolution has been started with decentralization of money, but it's not just limited to that. Power is the ultimate target. This is going to be the major part of human being evolution. Central authorities like congresses, courts, and governments will be affected one by one, and eventually it will lead to the decentralized universal government in the world, hopefully by 2050.
What are the required steps for controlling the usage of cryptocurrencies in illegal activities like drug money laundering and terrorism?
It's a fact that when tools become stronger, not only mass public adapt that tool, but also criminals find a way to use it. It works like a sharp knife. KYC on the exchange is currently the most straightforward way. But let's look at those controls from a different viewpoint. At the moment, money transfer controlling is mostly a tool for managing and controlling people and other governments rather than an instrument to control drugs or terrorism. And authoritarian governments are abusing those tools. Also, drugs and terrorism are still out there, and they can always find or make a way for their illegal transactions. To solve such criminal problems, we should decrease demand instead of limiting the supply. Also, let me describe a futuristic solution for far future. As I mentioned previously, the human being is gradually immigrating to the virtual world. We started it on the internet, smartphones, and virtual reality, but we will not stop here. By brain downloading, we will be able to migrate to the virtual world entirely, and we will live in there young and healthy with a lot of joy forever. The reason for using a drug is to avoid pain or acquire joy. In the future, we will be able to have full control over our brain, emotions, pains, and joys, so we will not need any drugs or alcohol. From the other hand, with overcoming humanity upon death, all religions and science will be unified. And the ideologies that support terrorism will be abolished. This wonderful future will be upon around 2060. Let me be frank with you. Paradise is coming. Even if you believe in a religion, God never gives the gifts by His own hand. An apple is a gift from God, but you receive it by gardener's hand, human's hand. Paradise is a gift from God. How do you know God will not give the gift with human's hand? Can you imagine paradise without social media? Without movies? Without computer games? Paradise is inevitable destiny of human, and we are going to build it ourselves.
Whether the transparency of the transaction in Bitcoin can be helpful to bring the coin to the forefront of financial markets.
Blockchain transparency will build a global trust, and we need this trust to decentralize power. So this transparency will be the best friend not only for cryptocurrency community, but also for liberal people.
Whether there should be a cyclical sale and purchase of the Bitcoin to get the benefits out of the market movements.
It's like any financial market. If you have enough experience and knowledge, trade it. If not, buy and hold it on right time.
What is your suggestion to the investors out there?
Cryptocurrency is the future of the world economy. But it is still in blossom period, and it's risky. If you are deciding to invest, here are my suggestions. 1. Please do not enter this market without enough study. 2. Please do not put your all eggs in one basket. I mean, invest maximum 20 to 30% of your own capital to this market, not all of them. 3. Exchanges are only for exchanging assets. Do not use them as wallets. A lot of valid and famous exchanges have been hacked or went bankrupt. So please keep your valuable digital assets on your own software or hardware offline wallets, and make sure you have several backups of your own private keys. 4. If you don't have enough experience, use advice of a professional in this sector. By following these instructions, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is one of the best places to invest.
Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you very much.